I'm so smooth brain, I forgot to get water. Hold on. Okay, I just ran up the stairs. Lowered. I almost tripped like twice. Oh, Ember, I have a question. Did you rename yourself? I'm fine, I didn't fall. Yes, okay, that's what I thought. It's because earlier when you popped in, I was so confused. Because I was like, who's Ember? I only know, like, Dr. Flame, was it right? I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Oh, Lord. Same thing. Okay. I think there's squirrels, like, running around on our ceiling, so if I pause every now and then, it's because I'm hearing sounds like that. I am, in fact, on the second floor, so they're right above me. Also, my bad for not talking so much in the earlier stream, at least, like, obviously directed towards Twitch and the chat and whatnot. It's because when I start to play a game with one of my friends, I tend to forget that I'm live. And then I'm like, oh yeah, let me read through this again. Bobcat in your attic, what? Hold on, let me get comfortable while you describe what the heck happened and how it got in. 'Cause what? Oh, by the way, surprise, surprise. For the actually on the proper time. However, everybody is awake, and dinner is currently being made. So, that's fun. But hey, at least I get to do stream before freaking midnight. So, that's all that matters to me. I need to get one of those signs or whatever that tell people I am going live. So then they know that I'm live. All I got right now is currently a sticker note on the door. Huge hole in your roofing. Dang. Did you have to replace all the shingles? Or, like, I don't know if your house would have shingles, but I know ours do, and I'm pretty sure that's a common thing for houses. But I don't remember. Oops. Oh, my timer, that's what I wanted. Sorry, I had to relog into my stupid email for some weird reason so I can actually use my clock. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Anyways, 700, wow, that's not good. And yeah, that is a better place to get this stuff cheaper. Man, you bringing up sushi the other day. My mom had asked us what to eat. She had asked me while I was doing the dishes downstairs, what I wanted to eat for dinner, and I said sushi. And I didn't realize that you're the reason why I remembered sushi was an option for that moment. But it was also probably because the two go-to options that I pick is sushi and burgers. Funnily enough. But yeah, we didn't end up getting sushi because the places were either too far away or would take too long. So it was, and be too expensive as well. So we just gave up on that, and we're having pork chops instead. My mom really did not want to be cooking, but like, get scared of cooking meat. The only one I can cook properly anyways is ground beef, and that's only because you don't have to pay attention to it for too long. Thankfully, anyways. Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna pass out after I eat. Like, I think what I'm gonna do is, the food will probably be done at around 10 o'clock. And then I'm gonna obviously eat the food. And then, like, watch an episode or two or something while I'm doing that, obviously. And then I'm gonna pass out. I can't wait. Oh, sleeping early again. Yes! I did, though, wake up at 7 a.m. this morning. Let's not talk about that. I stayed awake. Bad idea, because now I'm really sleepy. But, like, I'm in a sleepy that's, like, a good sleep. So I know I'm gonna be sleeping well later. Which is good, because I need that. Especially considering the fact that... Let me not say that. That's a little TMI. You don't need that. Usually around 5. Yeah, my brothers, they actually wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 a.m. around there. And depending on the season, of course, it's currently summertime, so they'll probably be getting up at like 5 to 6 depending on well, no. Now that I think about it, the job site that they work at is pretty far, so they have to wake up that early. Because the job sites are like next to my dad's house, and he's like almost an hour drive away. And that's on a good day, by the way. And then let me see. Before we moved to this house, I actually used to wake up pretty early, like 3 or 4 a.m. to like make sure they had their food, make sure they had breakfast and stuff. But recently, because I've just been bad about waking up early, what we've been doing instead is, since also my mom and her boyfriend kind of cook food for our uncle and our grandma. Since they do that, they've just kind of been making food as well for my brothers. So there's that. I just gotta make sure I do the dishes, and it's constantly good after that. Because then everything's basically covered. Both of my brothers get to eat. And technically so does my dad, because she makes food for him as well. I say she, but if anything, her boyfriend's the one that's really making all the food. No offense to her, but he's like the one that's cooking up a storm every single time he's in there. It's insane. Oh, I was gonna work on the emotes, because I have slots for them and I keep forgetting. But because this weekend I wasn't home at all, I was like, oh dang, we'll just wait until I get back. And now that I'm back, I completely forgot about them again. But trust that they're gonna be done for next stream. Trust, because in the morning I'm gonna wake up, and that's gonna be one of the first things I do. The second thing is gonna be working on VOD stuff, editing essentially. So that's gonna be fun as well. That's barely audible, dang. it won't cause me any trouble, because I'm technically, I already finished what I needed to do for, if you've ever heard about Emote Lab, it's, this app software, more software, I think, where you could just edit the characters either through the in-app methods or by going in and drawing over the templates. And I've basically already done that. I just need I was gonna do it, I think I was trying to do it one of the other streams, but I realized that I couldn't really do that because it lagged out the stream and my PC entirely. For a minute there, I was like, oh dang. But because I'm gonna be focusing on them tomorrow and I already got the art done and everything, all I gotta do is just pick the pose and export it as that. The reason why I'm saying it's technically you editing type of thing is because that's essentially what the program is that you customize the character and they come out as emotes essentially. So once I get that situated, I could be kind of lazy for a little bit with the emotes and just use that. Obviously I still drew over a majority of that to get the custom stuff, and it's technically the version of her with pigtails instead of her ponytail, but that's also because I changed this character. This character design changed a lot. So honestly, it went from her being somewhat plus sized to her being like a kind of thinner. The animated one's probably the hardest. Well, again, because technically, if you've ever seen those customizable Life 2D models, so like those white and gray characters essentially, and now people come in and they can like, let's say for Iron Mouse, you can make the gray body, or not the gray body, the gray hair, or white in most cases, into pink, and like turn certain individual strands into purple. That's basically what you could do with the Emote Lab as well. It's so nice to have something to speed up the process. But it's just in the future, if I want to make the emotes myself, then obviously it's going to be harder. But for now, since I just kind of want to get stuff situated for now, like with the background where it's just Minecraft, I'm okay with using essentially kind of pre-made emotes. Because with Emote Lab, you, yeah, that's the thing. That's to make it the process of me basically ripping off the band-aid and just streaming on this account. I had to find shortcuts essentially, and this is what I did by using my Minecraft server as the background with shaders, of course. But yeah, thank you. I really like cherry blossom themed things. I don't, obviously, since you haven't seen, the older design versions, I guess you could say, of the other outfit, I guess, the theme I had in the earlier days was cherry blossom, which is why she started slowly turning more pink as the years went on. Personally, I kind of just used a bunch of tutorials on things I liked, and then just kept it on a theme of cherry blossom and the cherry blossom trees. And the cherry blossoms falling in the foreground, the bright pink ones. Yeah, that's not in Minecraft. The windows I drew myself. The cherry blossoms was an asset I bought, and then obviously the background is Minecraft, but it was a community Minecraft server that I had back in 20-something. I think it was 24, 25, one of those years. 25, because I was looking through my birthday VOD. That's why I remember that. But I was looking through, we had built the server or whatever, this area, because this was the spawn. This was supposed to be the spawn area for when new players joined, and all the people that were in the server was actually my subscribers from the main channel. Fun fact. Also, hold on, let me get some water. I'm dropping my card now. Ember, you've been a bad boy. Let me do that again, because I did pause. Ember, you've been a bad boy. There you go. Somewhere in 2017. Sounds about right. I think the first time I played it was technically Pocket Edition and the Xbox version. The one on the 360 specifically. Those were the first two times I've actually played Minecraft. And I had actually previously, I think it was in middle school, had watched people play it on the school computers. I remember that now I think about it. But yeah, it was fun watching all that. I don't know about the multiplayer setting the day after they removed it. Oh, I have not heard about it at all. But speak your truth. For Essential Mod, literally. All the mods are like lifesavers for that game sometimes. It's like The Sims, where you can't even play the game without getting a bunch of mods and like having the most fun of your time, fun time of your life because of the mods. Horror mods, yeah. I like to get jump scared a lot, unfortunately. Which, if you couldn't tell from the first game we played, by the Mimic, I totally 100%, yeah, I am not scared again. Trust. That's all lies. Trust. It's not. I did get scared very quickly, apparently. Unless it's one block. What's one block? That's what that game mode is called. Well, not game mode, I guess it's mod. Anyways, that's what that's called. I've seen so many people play it, I just never knew what it was. Like, I think I've only ever seen a bunch of people play it, just never played it myself. At least that mod, anyways. Is the food done? Oh my god, it's already almost 10. What the heck? Well, okay, I want to try and get the stream to an hour and then we can go. stuff to that list. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There's... I completely forgot about that anime, I'm not gonna lie. You know, fun fact, I think the only reason I watched that show was because, our librarian in middle school, she actually used to put it on the, projector. Yeah, that one was the middle school lady, okay. And that's how we actually watched it. We'd be able to go, it was like an anime club, so that's why we were able to watch that. Well, honestly, it was probably because the seniors wanted to watch that show specifically. And she didn't really mind, probably because she didn't watch it. But it was also like a very early morning club, so you had to get very early to school on the bus, and to actually get up there, at least that's how I did it, how I used to go up there, and a lot of the times I was actually able to catch a lot of the episodes, so I think we only ended up watching like the first season, because obviously I think that was the only thing that was out for a minute there. And then we were watching something else, like I think Naruto, but I can't remember. I want to say it was Naruto though, but I'm not sure. I don't remember High School DxD. I don't remember what that one's. Is that one of the like zombie high school ones? I don't remember. I have been sent a text about the food. It is completed. I think the very first anime I actually watched was Dragon Ball, and then it was Pokemon. And Dragon Ball because my dad's Mexican, so and then Pokemon because what was that thing called? 4Kids, was that what that's called? I think that's what it was called. But that little animation block, and then Toonami was the second animation block. So yeah, those were that was how I got my anime fix, essentially. I gotta move some stuff on my desk. Personally, I most of this stuff, and all of it's just inconveniencing me right now. So that's gonna be fun to get rid of later. And for Mortal Orleans, yeah. Oh, and by the way, for the Dragon Ball, we were watching Dragon Ball Z. And then we had like this one bootleg DVD that had a bunch of the movies on it, but just in Spanish, and with like Spanish subtitles, obviously. If I could find the DVD, I could probably be like, this is the one. But I don't even think that people like would sell that thing anymore, because obviously it's bootleg. Well, not bootleg, but like kinda pirated ? I'm not sure. Because some of them look like they're... No. They're like official files, now I think about it. Just in Spanish. And I think that the way they formatted it made it look weird. Made it look like it was bootleg. I think that's what happened. But on one of them, it was just a bunch of movies out of the arcs. So like, say for example, the very beginning Dragon Ball, where the whole group meets. Bulma has purple hair in this one. And it's the one where she straight up shows her cooch, essentially. And it's that version specifically. And it's also the one where you could see Goku's little wheelie. I did not appreciate that when I was watching it. I was like, ah, man, come on now. And then there was the other movie that was like Frieza's brother Cooler, ? And then there was another one for Charles, I can't pronounce his name, but the dude with the Tree of Might. And then there was another one where it was like Gohan getting drunk essentially off of apples. I don't remember if that's the same one where he goes, Great Ape, but there's another one that has him doing that, and then they cut off his tail. But then the other DVD was like, that movie, or what was on it was like the entire season for, Planet Namek. I think, I forget what the actual name's called, because I'm so used to the freaking, Spanish one. It's like pretty similar in like what it's called, but if I remember correctly, but it's just with like an accent, if I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get the food, so that nobody DMs me again. is it weird to say I want to eat all the vegetables? Because it's a mixture of mushroom and broccoli, so it's sauteed pretty well normally, so I'm excited to eat it. So, I have no idea what we're doing tomorrow, but all I know is that I feel like I might not stay home. So if that happens, I might not be streaming tomorrow. I will say that as a warning. I'm back and welcome back, and I hope you got good water. Oh, but yeah, like as I was saying, there's a possibility I won't be staying home tomorrow. So that means all my energy will be depleted very quickly. Which also means there might not be a stream tomorrow. But I'ma still try if I can. If I can't, then just know that's what happened. I'm probably asleep. Or more so, taking a shower then going to sleep. Oh dang. How did you manage to do that? Also, I knew I wasn't crazy. Okay, sorry, that might seem weird out of context, but earlier, right before stream actually, I wanted to double check if you changed your username, Ember. And obviously, if you go through the Twitch activity feed, it's not gonna tell you anything because it's only gonna give you the new username. So I was like, okay, I feel like it was that name. Sorry, my cat's activated. So I'm gonna have to mute for a little bit. But essentially, I was like, I could have sworn I had chat bubbles on my screen. Then for a solid minute there, I was trying to wait for the bubbles to pop up, and then they never did. And I was like, I could have sworn I had chat bubbles. And seeing them right now, I'm like, I knew it. I'm not crazy. I knew I had those. Morning stretches. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Oh, she's not even. I thought she was going to the bathroom. She was just messing with her food again. Oh my gosh. I swear I love my cat, but sometimes she makes me stressed. I have a curiosity. I have a question. Well, not really a question, more like a curiosity. I think. So, honestly, this is also kind of like not really a social experiment, but more like just to see how far this account will go on its own without too much, like, not really media coverage, but like exposure from the main. And this one was doing pretty good in growth. And I wonder if that's because it was later in the night, or if it was just luck on those first couple of days. So we're gonna keep notes of that, because now I'm very curious. Hey. She's looking at plastic. Oh, she's gonna nibble on that, I'm sure. Later into the night. Yeah, because my curiosity is literally just, of how it normally is. Yeah, I is probably difficult to like grow with, I guess, especially when the time I want to go to bed and the time that I'm gonna stream, at least for this account, do not align very well, if you will. Because personally, I want to go to bed by as basically quickly after stream, right? So like roughly 10 p.m. time. But I feel like normal people, or like a bunch of others, are like well, the type to unfortunately also be like me before sleeping earlier than 10. So I feel like most people, at least here, are people who go to sleep at like roughly midnight type. So I'm like, dang, 16, wow, couldn't be me. I could only do 12 these days. I'm done. Back in my day, I used to be able to do 48 hours, and then I gave up. It's fine. Grumpy in the morning, me. That'll literally be me. And I'm already grumpy right now, only because I didn't get enough sleep. At least that's the only reason why I'm ever grumpy these days, anyways. I'm thinking, on a side note, this is really related to the discussion we've been having, but I looked at my nails and I'm realizing that the shape that my mom put them in, I don't really like them. I asked her, if she could do my nails to like, make them more durable, cause I want to keep them long, but I need them to be good enough that I can actually still do stuff with. And right now, they're in the default shape, which is like more rectangle-y. I'm not interested in having a rectangle shape though. So either I'm gonna grow these out till they're round and then make them almond in the end of the day, once they're grown to the exact size I want, or just straight up let them grow and change them, keep them as almond. I don't know yet. Already, yeah, that sounds about right. Unfortunately, time moves by very quickly. Ah, dang it. So, oops, my bad. I literally only have 2 paintbrushes, at least that are on my desk. I don't know where the rest of them went. They're all kind of missing. But one is like slightly fluffy, but it's a small one, and the other one is the hard brush, because that one has resin stuck on it, so I'm like, well, whatever. So, might as well. I said, how many minutes is this? I forgot. 2, okay. Hold on, I'm trying to move something off the screen because it's too far in one direction. One direction. Anyways. Man, I was trying to get that done fast. It took forever. Anyways. So, all I'm really gonna do is just be rubbing these things up and down the mic. That's all I'm gonna be doing, okay? So, let me get the thing visible. Okay, timer starts now. The soft one probably doesn't sound like much, though, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, that's the paintbrushes. I didn't mean to drop that. Oh my goodness. One day I'll get it figured out. It's fine. I would be scared if it's over 300, literally. I'm gonna never have the number visible. I will be having chat on slow mode, so I make sure I read everything. Trust. Cause already, like, on TikTok when I first started streaming and stuff, I had roughly 20 people in chat consistently. It scared me. It scared me so bad that I stopped streaming for a little bit. So I can reset the thingy. I was like, they'll forget about me because it's TikTok, it'll be fine. But they scared me so bad. I was like, if they're still here, then I know that they're here for me, and I'm not feeling like an imposter. Cause, like, some of them stayed, obviously, but others obviously forgot. Because, people on TikTok with their attention spans are unfortunately a little bit, shorter. But it is what it is, honestly. Because it, let the people that actually liked me for me, and not for essentially the little doodles I would be doing on stream. So I can be slightly lazy, if you will, and just, talk instead of, playing around with all, or like drawing or whatever, which sometimes, as much as I really like art and stuff, and I like making art for others, it does eventually start to cramp up my hand, and I can't really draw as consistently as much as I really like to. Especially when art block hits that one's the one that definitely stops me for a while. But we try, you know. But I probably wouldn't really be, super duper nervous, on here as much as I am with, like, the TikTok, because with that one I feel more like imposter syndrome related, because, at that point didn't really care for the fandom that I was drawing for anymore. And a lot of the people were only really there for content of said fandom. With ASMR, this is a lot more broader, so it lets me flesh out and go into different categories. So say for example, I could maybe do one of them videos where I'm just messing with cracking squishies or whatever with wax melts on top of them or whatever, and that's what you guys are focusing on. Or I could go into the what are they called, those scenario ASMR things. So say for example, one of my mutuals, they have a ASMR video where it's her role playing as a librarian. So like I could like swap up from stuff constantly on that one. So that one's why I'm like, you know, ASMR here and the actual normal live stream, because it's just streaming and it's just doing whatever. I feel way more confident in doing that because that's how I know that people are only here for like me as a personality, or like as just a person to talk to, I guess. Instead of like only here because of, let's say, the Has-Been Hotel fandom. They were only there because I was drawing their preferred character or whatever. And I got tired of them real quick because a lot of them are too childish. It was scary. Roleplay, yeah. She, it was the person that I think we raided, Friday. Or was that Saturday morning? Whatever. The person that we raided, she actually has ASMR videos where she's role-playing, essentially. Yeah, personally, I'm also an introvert, which is the funniest thing considering I'm streaming, but like I only am able to like communicate to people through streaming or like playing video games with them. I can't really do it very much if I talk to people face on face, because faces kind of make me nervous. But a majority of the time, excuse me, the way I have to cope with that type of stuff is by essentially pretend like they're like somebody I know already, and then just talk to them about the random interest of this day. Because my interests changed like every 5 minutes. Yeah. Valid. Like, I could do the voice calls because that's my best friend. Like, the people that I talk to in my voice calls or whatever, I at least known for like over 5 years. At least a majority of them, anyways. The group that I've recently been hanging out in, they're all a bunch of new people, technically. And I've only really interacted with them for, at this point, a month. But, I feel pretty comfortable with them, so I'm able to talk as much as I want to. But then, of course, there's times where I'm like, I'm not talking for a full day because it hurts. And also, I don't want to interact with anybody. It happens a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things that I tend to unfortunately think about a lot when I'm like talking to somebody. I'm like, if I'm annoying you, just tell me because I want to know. Mainly because I know that my energy normally is pretty high when I first like am talking to somebody in a day. So say for example with Gabby, I'm gonna just yap, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I've been talking for too long. How is she feeling? Is she good? Are we good? And that's why, like right after the stream earlier, I was like, so I'm sorry for keeping you for almost 7 hours. And she's like, girl, I'm good. So I felt a lot better after that. But I still felt a little bit bad because she could have been doing other stuff at that point. But nonetheless, introvert insecurities, I guess. We're closing in on the 1 hour mark. How do we feel? Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I think we are gonna raid somebody though. I don't know who quite yet. Let's see who's still alive. I had a feeling, that's why I put it down. I was like, you know what, put that back down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's see if we can even go for this one. It's fine. Sure it is. Wait, I know that's a lie. found somebody. Hold on. Okay, I had to find somebody new on the list, actually. Finally found somebody who accepted raids. I literally said, you know what, just grab anybody. I like their model. I really like their model, let's just say. Actually, I think I follow this person. I'm so dumb. Anyways, we're gonna raid. I already gave you guys the message. That is what we're gonna use today for today's raid message. Thank you guys for being here. Very much appreciated. I hope to see y'all again tomorrow, and if not, definitely Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. Bye.